One wheel is out. You know what that means. Heading to the front. It's time for a campground review. We're in Arizona. We are at Verde Ranch RV Resort in Camp Verde, actually. It's a great little RV park, and it's just about 30 minutes from Jerome, Arizona, about 45 minutes or so from Sedona, and probably an hour and 15 minutes to Flagstaff. But great little RV park. We've actually been here now for about 10 days and thought it would be a good time to give you an actual review. So we're going to start right up here at the front. The entrance in is actually a really good entrance. You come right off of a roundabout, and then you come down into the park. The park is split up into two ways here. This backside is actually a place where you have a highway here, but it's actually pretty quiet because it's buffeted. But down by the lake or pond area, you'll see here in a minute, it's right next to the highway, Highway 17, and it's very loud at times. So keep that in mind when you're booking your sites, but let's flip this around and show you the entrance in. I'm going to come in off the road, and you're going to have this lovely little check-in area, there's plenty of room. In here is a little camp store. They've got a lot of little different things here, place that you can meet. And the park is divided actually into three sections. And if you think about it, you have this section that's to the left that seems to be a lot of people coming and going. And then the clubhouse is down over here on the back left corner. Then you have the middle section, and then you're gonna have a section down over by the pond area. And then you have a covered area up here, but this is kind of in this section. So we'll start up here under the covered area so you can see what it is. And the cover actually is solar panels that they have up here on top. And I think probably these people are the ones that are going to be here for the longest period because they want to have shade when it gets hot here, because it does get hot here. It's 60 degrees here today, and then it's going to get into the 90s in about 4 days. So having these solar panels shade your RV a little bit would be nice. But this section goes in, it's all back ends. It's pretty good. Lots of room. The good part about this one section, you kind of have, see there's the main highway over here. You kind of have this where you're overlooking the whole Verde Valley over on this side. The main part of town is actually on the other side of the town, or the highway over there. As you can see, they have these nice little green areas for the dogs. And they have a lot of little kid activities, like you can actually come over here and do gems, you know, where you're washing the rocks to find the gems, which is a fun little activity for kids. Great pool area and clubhouse area, which I'll show you here in a second. The sites, majority of them are going to be back-end sites. That one section that we're at on the other side, when you come in and you go to the left, a lot of those are the pull-in areas. But this section over here is pretty much all back ends. So I'm going to take you down by the pond next so you can kind of see what it's like. Depending on your RV, they have short sites. Then they have stuff that's a little bit longer that can fit your Brinkleys and your toy haulers. Everything is rock, so you don't have any dirt blowing around, which has been really nice, actually, because it's been windy here a couple times. All that wind coming off the mountains and down into the valley. As far as classifications go, we've seen everything here from an overlanding type unit to Super Cs, travel trailers, and then big Class A setups. This back section, you're going to come into a couple different bathhouses. This is one of them here. Laundry facility, bathhouse. It's on the back row. And then down here, so this is the entrance in this main road that comes all the way down if you're looking on a map. It comes all the way down and then goes straight down here by the pond area. Now this pond area is good if you're gonna plan on being down, you kind of want to be by the water. There's not as many people down here. The problem is you're going to be dealing with the traffic. Now you can go fishing here, but they're going to be barbless hooks for the kiddos. Like I said, see all the room down here you have, but you're also dealing with listening to the traffic of the road versus where we're at. We did a little tour, which was great because I'll get to be able to show you inside some of the things you're getting ready to see, from the wagons to the cabins and things like that. And I believe she said there's close to 400 sites here. It's a big RV park. You hear the highway? Now this back section over here has got something very unique and different, and that is they have these wagons that you can rent if you don't have an RV. Let me show you those real quick because they're pretty unique and different. Now, if you have family and you want to try something different, stay in a wagon, these are a prime example of something different. They call them glamping tents in essence, and they have a great inside feel to them, and they don't have bathrooms. But what they've done with these, when you go inside of them, you'll see they have the AC and the heater and stuff. The bathrooms, you have your own private bathhouse. Now the private bathhouses, you have the key to them. You can go in and use the bathroom and the shower facility, and they're actually really nice. The tents themselves, you know, it is canvas, so if it's going to rain, you're going to hear the rain. It's going to be like, I don't know, a fun little experience. Now they have glamping tents as well, and I'll show you those. So the glamping tents are pretty cool, and they have these little cabins as well. And they're basically at the very back side of the resort, and down here by the pickleball court, and there's actually a river walk as well. So there's 3 pickleball areas. I'm not the biggest pickleballer, but they take it pretty serious around here. Then you look down over this way, there's actually a river walk that you can walk down to. You can hear the birds. And then you have these cabins. The cabins can be 2 bedrooms. They also have them with lofts. They have different varieties that you can stay in. And they're actually really, really, really nice. But they also have something that's really unique, and that's these, they only have like 2 or 3 of these yurt-type glamping tents. And I wanted to see inside one so bad, so they got us a key so we could go in and look. But here they are. There's only like 2 of these. But you got this amazing front porch area. And then to keep it cool, they actually have a roof over the top so the wind can ventilate through the top of it. Great little porch area to hang out at night. Great, just different variety. And then you have all the cabins, of course, mixed in with all of your RV sites. Okay, so now I've confused you. We went around the back, and now we're on the far left side of the RV park when you come in. And this is the side we're on, which has a lot of pull-through sites. The pull-through sites are super wide, and you'll see here in a second that we're able to fit everything on our site. And they're about 65 feet long. So you kind of have a reference in your mind on how long, but the width makes up the difference because you can park everything next to you. So that's awesome. Over here, they do have a food truck that's just generally breakfast and lunch, and then every once in a while you'll have one that comes in for a dinner or a meal. And then you have this amazing clubhouse. What makes this clubhouse unique is when we toured it, there is quite a few people that are working from here. And they are designing it so if you're working on the road, you have a place to go to. And they're going to actually section off a section of this so that you can have some privacy. Mm-hmm. Like I said, really, really nice clubhouse. And then you have your next laundry facility that's over here on this section. So depending on where you're going to choose, if you're going to choose your site closer to the clubhouse, you have a laundry facility there as well. But the sites are super big. Look at these, super wide. When we first pulled in, I was like, is it going to be big enough for us? But having them super wide and about 65 feet seems to be a good size site as a pull through. There's Gary's mobile wash. I need you to know Gary's mobile wash is the only wash you're going to get here. And he charges reasonably, like $150 actually, to $200 something. The problem is there's only one Gary. There's no other ones doing any RV washing around here. So to get Gary, you'll have to schedule him out probably 2 to 4 weeks in advance before you show up here if you want your RV washed. Little side tip. In each section, there's a little dog area, which is great. Down here. If you come in from the main entrance up there, we made a left-hand turn, and then we're right over here, and we have a pull-through, of course. And as you can see, we're probably going to be the biggest thing that's going to be in here, unless you're an A and you're towing your 35-foot trailer. So we take up a majority of the site, but the truck's parked next to that side, and the Bronco just sits in the front. So there is plenty of room when it comes to having a big size rig. We had the deck down. We're packing up, getting ready to go tomorrow. Truck's sitting off to the side. So there you go. There is your RV tour of this amazing little RV park. And as you travel, I've learned now there seems to be a new classification, and that's mega sized. Because Class A is towing, you're 45 feet in a big Class A, and you're towing a 35 foot trailer, you're 70 feet long too. So not just big rig friendly, but mega sized rig friendly. This is a park that would be classified as both big rig and mega sized. I guess we'll just have to start specifying that. I had no idea that we keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger RVs, and more room is necessary. They do have, last thing, a couple golf carts if you needed to rent something. But other than that, that pretty much sums up this tour. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.